everyone, this is Edwina with Elegant Creations, and I'm here to do a project share for Decorate Your Life. And I am working this month till now, the end of this month, on the Whispers collection, which is a digital download. And it is the Whispers journal kit. And this is really pretty, and you can adjust the settings. So this one is only digital. And it's got a lot of pictures for journals and a lot of tags and these little spools that you can put your lace and ribbon on. I love these. These are pretty. And then it coordinates with the Whispers paper pack collection. And so on this one, you can get digital or printed out. And so this is only digital, but it does coordinate with each other. So I have used both on some of my projects. And Sandy is working on her website. There might be some changes or some stalls that you can't activate it. So you can go to her Etsy shop. And there's also a Facebook group. And also we're doing a wish list on Wednesdays. So you can go into Facebook and you can either make a wish or you can grant somebody a wish, and we're just putting little things there, nothing big, just we all have extra stuff, so it's good to share with others. So if you want to grant a wish or put a wish down, that would be great, and that's in our Facebook group. And also Sandy has a newsletter, so you can go in, sign up for that, and she notifies you. I'm sorry, I can't talk today. Notifies you on sale items. And so I want to get started on my project. So last week I did a lot of boxes, and I did this little caddy, and I used a little wine box that I had. I found another one. I guess I bought a few of these a while back, so I do every once in a while, like the little ones. But I had made some little gift baskets for Christmas, so I had those. And it's real easy to cover. It just takes a little bit of measuring. I still haven't finished. I want to put some more paper in there. But I'm going to show you step by step on what I do. I kind of went and did a few things ahead of time. And also I'm going to show you a different way to do a caddy where you don't have to buy these. You don't have to, I think Starbucks has them. There's different ones, but I came up with another idea where you don't have to buy these little boxes or have these. You just have little boxes like this, and I just put two of them together and put two in the back. So this is kind of a sneak peek for next month's project, because I'm going to cover this with the Marie Antoinette paper. So I'm going to show you how to box together, kind of, but not show you the finished project yet. Okay, so it's kind of a sneak peek. And so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I wanted to work on my trash can. Okay, so I already cut all the pictures and ready to go. So since this was plastic, I did sand it down just so glue adheres to it. Okay, and you can use spray glue, you can use any decoupage, any type of glue. So what I did was I took my paper and then I just traced, because this one is at an angle. This is the sides. So I traced it and left a little bit, like half an inch on the sides, just on the side panels, not the front panels. Okay, and so that way you get a clean edge, and that's why I did that. So I will do all my side panels first, and then I again got another piece of paper and traced it, and just kind of did a mark and then cut it. I kind of went ahead and cut, and that way it doesn't get boring and you're watching me cut. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue all my pieces together. So let me put in glue. I was going to do part of it already, but I decided not to. And so if it cuts off, I'll just do a part 2. So this one I did in the blue. The paper that comes with, this is the inked paper that Sandy has in the kit. Okay, so I did that one. So I'm just going to have to hold it. Hope I can see what I'm doing. Okay. And then you can trim off any excess that you have. It's pretty easy. They're not hard to do. It's measuring. You have to do some measuring. This one I didn't have to, really, just marked it. But some of the other boxes that I did, you're going to have to measure, make sure the picture fits, things like that. And measuring for the inside, if you want to cover the inside. I did on most of mine. Okay. My box is almost done. Just takes time for the glue on the plastic for some reason. Oop, it moved. Oh, I didn't realize it moved there. And then you can trim off anything, any excess at the top. Sorry, it's making noise. And I'm moving my camera. I probably should do my glue gun. But it's too late now. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and trim the bottoms. And that way I don't have any problems. I did leave it a little bit long, just in case. I'd rather it be long than short. So it gives it a nice clean edge by doing that, folding it over. Okay, so then you just put your top part here. You can see my pen marks. It down. Since you traced it and you cut it, it should be pretty even. There. And then I'm going to add, I'm not going to put the trim now, but I'm going to add trim. So this one was a little long on the sides. Oops, I can't see because the camera's in my face. Anyway, so see how it has a clean edge? And you can file that down also. Oops. Make sure you get your edges. I didn't do the bottom. I didn't make anything for the bottom. So. And you can play around with the pictures. There's some that have the images on them, and you can put that. I just had a lot of them already with the image on it, so I decided to make it more plain, more with the flowers. And then the tag I'm going to put has a little image. So I went ahead and I'm almost finished with my room. I put a board and some little, what are they called? Little plastic containers. I have drawers. That's at the bottom, and I put across from that, I think I put 5 or 6. I put a board on top with some lace, a real pretty lace that I had, and so I'm putting these all on top so I can just reach, and it gives me more room at the bottom. It's coming out nice. Okay, so this one I think is going to be my front. So then you just trim off any excess you have. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to make this one my front. So pretty. So then what I did was I put my tape on this little lady. This is the one I showed last week. So my trash can is done. So it doesn't take much. It's just measuring or marking. So I'm going to put that right there. And I think what I'm going to do is probably put some, I don't know, puff paints or some trim down here, and maybe some here just to kind of accent it. But I'll probably do some inking. But there's my little can. I can put all my little scrap pieces, so I just did the plain on the side. And you could probably put a varnish or something over it if you want, or decoupage would be good just to protect it, but I'm not going to. Okay, so I wanted to show you what here. Okay, so this one has started already, so I'm going to kind of do this one right here. So they're kind of floppy because they go back and forth, and there's nothing here at the bottom. Okay, so what I did doing, let me find my cardboard. I just took some cardboard, and it is going to be kind of big. So you can use a gun. I forgot to plug it in. Probably be faster. That's what I forgot, my weights. And then you would just put that down and make it even. Hope you can see that. So that's why I got a big piece. That way. So you make this even. And it is kind of floppy. But I'm gonna show you what I did. And I didn't do that on the first one, and I did it on the second one because I learned. Let me see if I find something small to put in here. I didn't bring anything, but anyways, then you would cut your excess off. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just cut it, or you can measure it and then put it if you don't want to do that. Let me see if I find a pen. Because it's not staying, but you get the idea. Okay. So what I did for this part right here, so it doesn't flop on the sides, is I finished gluing that. So I got another piece of paper, and let's see, I measured it and then cut, I think it's 5.5 on this one. So you make it bigger, and I glue this down. This will be cardboard at the bottom, and then you glue that down, and then you kind of fold your edges. And that is only to seal this part right here where it flops, okay? Because this part is the only thing that glues to the cardboard. So that's why I did that. And you don't have to. I didn't do that on the other one. But I think I went in after and kind of put little, let me see what I did. Yeah, I put little, kind of inserted some little strips because it was flopping a little bit. So you can do that if you want, if you don't want to put another piece. Okay, so then what I did was I went in and I wanted to cover all my, all the little spaces here because it's the brown. And then in here, and these two, there's a space. Okay, it's kind of empty right here. So by putting, and then right here, so by putting these little strips, oops, I better put this down. I cut 3 3/4 by 2. So I just measured, and I just used old cardboard, you know, from all cereal boxes or anything that you have. I'm not selling these or anything like that, so it's just for me. So I have a few that I had to. Then I just put little clips. Let me get my clips, just to kind of hold the top. Or you can use colored paper. You can do really anything that you like. So I find my other 2. I have 3 left over that I hadn't finished. I think it took 15 of these little strips because I wanted all of them covered. So, no, is it 16? I'm not sure. 4 times 4. Okay, let me see. Yeah, 16. So then you can just put your little clips. And then you can put that right there. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry a little bit. And so with this covered, it makes it sturdier. Okay, so then what I did was I figured out what paper I wanted to use, and then I cut a long strip, or you can just cut each piece. That's what I did on this one. So I kind of changed this a little bit. So I just cut a strip, measured it, and cut this, and then that's why I put the trim around it, because it did show, not show, but just had it kind of raw edges. So this one I thought I'll do different. Okay, so I put that on here, and then drew I'm going to do the other side so you can see it. Drew the circle and then cut it out. Okay, I'm going to hold my camera. Okay, so I wanted to move it a little bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I kind of folded this over because I want a clean edge. And so I folded this like that. Then I'm going to cut this right here. Okay, clean it up. Okay, so then I have to draw this so it matches. I forgot my pencil. Okay, so I'm going to just trace. Okay, then how I cut mine is I use a hole puncher. I kind of punch holes. Let's see, I'll do this side. That way I can get my scissors in there. It didn't go on the other side, that's why I couldn't do holes on the other side. Okay, so then you just kind of go where your tracing is. Follow your trace lines. Might be a little crooked. That's why I put trim. Cover all my messes. Okay. So I have to decide which side I want the front to be. It doesn't matter. So I'm just going to put that on there. Oops, that goes there. Okay, so then I'm just going to put glue right here. Oops, sorry, I'm getting sloppy here. I hope you can see. I'm standing up doing this, so this is kind of hard. I don't have a high enough chair so I can see my printer. I mean my camera, tablet. Okay, so then you're going to hold that down, and you can put glue. Oops, I should have done that one first. Should probably cut the other side so you have the same flap. So just put glue all over. Put this flap in. Hold this for a little while. Just a few minutes. And then I'm going to put this forward, okay? And then just like that. I think I should have probably put, so I didn't do this one the first time, so oops. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix my boo-boo. I made a boo-boo. Okay, so this one should have went first. Like that, but then this one. Well, I won't be able to fix that part. Let's see. I'm just going to cut it. So then I'm just going to put this clip so it can all hold. I was trying to cover that part. Go in here a little bit. Okay, I got it. I had to mingle with it. Okay. So this is sticking out just a little bit. And then you would just kind of trim it off, the excess. So that's why I wanted to fold it over. And you don't have to do that. I just wanted to, just to make it a clean edge, so I don't have to put a trim. But that's really up to you. Kind of looks pretty with the trim. So that's why I put the trim here, to cover all this mess. Okay, so I have all my pieces cut and ready to go, I think. Okay, I forgot my pieces. So what I did was, these are going to go on the side, okay? So you just cut these, and then I just kind of fold them. Decide which one you want to do. So I found doing the side ones, making them bigger, was easier. Okay. Takes a little bit of time, but I'm going to show you another version that was a lot easier. And you didn't have to enforce anything, unless you want to. Okay. And I'm going to do, I always cut these bigger just because I want to make sure that I have room. Okay, this one. So I'll bring this down. So it wasn't cut enough. But and you can use plain paper, or this, I think this beautiful decorative paper works better. But that's, you can do the decorative paper in the front and the back. Cover it really any way that you want. Okay, so I'm going to trim off all my excess. One, I guess I didn't cut big enough. So. And you can use a glue gun. I think that's what I did for the sides. Just so they can adhere faster. So that's where my little trash can fits in perfect now. I need to make a little trash can right in here. I think I have a box. Okay, so then this one of these is going to be the front. Here's the back. Okay. I don't know which one I want to use. I haven't used her, so I think I'm going to use her. Okay. Except this doesn't have anything on the sides. I think I'll use this one. Okay. Sometimes when I cut them, I didn't cut them right. It's showing too much on the side. I want to make sure that I have nothing showing, so I'll use this one. I want to use that one for something else. I'm going to go ahead and just use this one. I'll put trim on it. I'll use this. Decisions, decisions, decisions. Okay. It's just because that one, for some reason, didn't print right or something. down instead of up. So I can cut the bottom under. This one is not staying, but I'll put trim or something on there. I'll fix it. Okay, so that's my box. So it's finished. And then all I have to do is decorate it. So on my sides, I'm going to do this part. I'll probably put that, or this one. I'll put this one. I think this was supposed to be the side and the other one was supposed to be the front. I think that's what I did. I did the wrong ones, but that's okay. Sometimes I do these and then I lose them because I have to do everything ahead of time and then I end up losing all my papers. And sometimes I have to cut more. And this will be the back. Okay, so I'm not going to fuss with that. I'll do that later. There's my box. And then I will put trim. And I will show you the finished project next week. But you get the idea of how to... So this is a pretty sturdy box. And you can put glues. You can put just about anything that you want to put in there. Okay? So that's this one with the wine. So what I did was let me clean up my mess here. I had, okay, so we used to go to yard sales many years ago. We haven't gone in a while. But, you find a lot of really good items and stuff. So I'm always thinking of what I could make. Someone had these, and there was like 90 of them. There was a bunch, and they're boxes, like for weddings. And I have been, every time I clean out my room, I always say, oh, I'm just going to get rid of them because I haven't used them. And so I had used them a few, and then I just remembered I had these. So I've been using them in my craft room, and I don't know, I think I had like 60 left. So I've been using them, and I made some boxes, and a big box, put these in there, and then I'm going to put a lot of my ephemera, and that way I could put it underneath. I have my TV, I put it up so I can put these underneath. And so I thought I'd make a little caddy for to show you. So what I did was I measured, I put these two together, measured it, and then I cut cardboard. I think I did 2 cardboards and 2 pieces of paper, and then I'm going to do the front with the decorative paper from Decorate Your Life, which this is a sneak peek, and I'm going to use, can you bring that piece? The Marie Antoinette. Okay, so I'll put one of these on there, and I'm going to cut the circle, and then put one in the front and one in the back, and then I'm going to cover it just like this, but I don't have to do any reinforcement unless I want to. So then I'm going to put this one in the back. I think I'm going to put it like this. Okay, I'm going to glue this down. But I can't glue it now to show you because I have to put my paper first. And so I'm going to put that like this. Then I'll put this one on this side. I hope you can see. So that makes a little caddy. And I wanted it, this one I'm going to use for my ribbons. In this way I have colors here and colors here. And you don't have to go front and back if you don't want to, but I really like that drink holder look. And then I am going to use my Marie Antoinette paper for this one. And I have everything cut out and ready to go, but I'm going to go ahead and not show you what I'm doing. So next week, when I introduce the Marie Antoinette, and I think it goes up for sale Saturday. And so I know if you go into Decorate Your Life website, you can, Sandy has a profile of when she's going to, I think she's making something and premiering it. So I think that will be either tomorrow, Saturday, or today's Friday. So you can check it out. And if she does an early release, I'm not sure, but I think it's Saturday. It's the 1st. Is that the 1st? No. It's Saturday, but it's the 31st. But anyways, I think, I don't even know. Don't quote me. But yeah, so this will be one of the boxes I will do for Marie Antoinette. And then I have another little box that I remade for my smaller items and using the Marie Antoinette. So I'll show that one. So I hope this helped, but this one is a lot easier. All you have to do is cut cardboard, save your cereal boxes, all your frozen food boxes, whatever, and cut it down to size. And then I did put a 110-pound cardstock here, and 2 cardboards in the middle. And so it does make it pretty sturdy. And then I did the holes first, and this is a die cut. So I did one first out of cardboard, and then I put this in there and put the die in here, and then ran it through my machine for each one of these, the 4. And I couldn't run them all together, so I'd do them individually. So I will work on that project next week. And thank you all so much for watching. And I had gotten some good positive feedback on my boxes, and they did come out real pretty. So my room looks good, and they work out perfect. So I will be probably making a few more little boxes to put my stuff. And I appreciate all your comments, and thank you all so much for watching. And don't forget to go into Sandy's website. If you can't go into the website, then you can go into her Etsy shop, and because they're redoing her website. So here's my code, Edwina15, and check out the Facebook page and make a wish on Wednesdays and grant somebody a wish or make a wish, which would be really nice. So thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a good day. Bye-bye.